Hello. Here we are again. Very nice. I had a stream monologue about more than an hour, and we have tested everything. Now we can go further. Um, I hope, I hope still that there are people coming to the stream. Because I don't know. I don't really know. I'm live. Yes, this is the area I'm live. I'm live now. Yes, hello. I'm live now. I already had a live stream on my own, more than an hour. And when there are guests and people in the chat, I can talk for more than 2 hours or even more. Yeah, so I was able to talk to myself more than 1 hour. So that's perfect. And I hope there are coming more people, but there are no at the moment. It's again, there are no streams at the moment, so I thought I stream myself again. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will stream the whole week because the no, the most of the time I was talking in English. Yes. Um, but yeah, it's I have to taste, and I want to do more streams, but it's very addictive. I admit. Um, if can I have a look, or can invite other people, or got people got notifications for the stream. I don't know really. I do much things spontaneously, but I think it's my manner. I will plan, but most of the time I will do spontaneously. I think it's my character. I think that's the why I call it enigmatic joker, because I do it out of the blue. But I had an shaken not stirred live stream because I like James Bond and I like cocktails. I explained that in the last stream. And now I'm going from Shake It All Baby to Twist and Shout at the 60s. And okay, look. Well, I want to find out if I messenger. Yes, the Beatles and all other artists. Yes, I'm a music lover and music of all decades. And my most favorite genre style is from the 50s and early 60s, doo-wop and rock and roll. I'm not from that time, but I like that. I like that music because it is harmonious. It's the birth of pop music actually. Um, uh, I also like music from 100 years ago, earlier jazz and ragtime, and from all. Actually, jazz and blues are the founders of all the music. In fact, all the evolved of that. I'm not so of the metal, not so, but yeah, most thing. And every decade has its charms. But what I recently said, the last decade it's more difficult to find good music, to good fun music. Um, yeah, that's the case. What's your favorite music? Disaster. There are four. My favorite singer. Oh, I have many, but do you know Buddy Holly? He's from the 50s. He was only 22 years old when he died. But he's, in my opinion, he's the emperor of rock and roll. Elvis is always called king of rock and roll, but I say that Buddy Holly is the emperor of rock and roll. Yeah, and it was a singer far behind his far. Yeah, he was experimenting in different styles. He was yes, he was in time forward. What do you call that? Yeah. Mm, yeah. Let's. There are more people watching, so we have more. Chuck Berry. Yeah. Hmm. Let's have a look. I think um, I'm going to invite someone. I think. Okay. Mm. Share screen to show photos. Oh, no, not at the moment. No, I've not done this. I haven't done yet. Yet. um, no. I'm. I tried to. And then it was quiet. Um, Monday. So it's almost weekend. That's a good point. Almost weekend. Normally we have hello, Charlotte. That's very nice. Twist and shout. Do you know the number? It's from the 60s. First, I had to stream Shaken and Stirred, but now Shake It to Twist and Shout. Shaken and Stirred from James Bond. And John Pertwee is a doctor who looks like James Bond. So, yeah. Oh, that's the reason why I was in a monologue in a last stream. No notifications. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I enjoy the streaming. I have to admit that I'm addicted now to live streaming, and I had a monologue from more than 1 hour. The show, if there are more people, then my streams are probably going to be more than 2 hours because as I am capable of do one more than 1 hour in my own, then that will be really fun. Yes. But Charlotte, are you on Discord? I have a Dutch Discord. I'm moderator of that, and this Discord was very active. And hot topic is the 14th Doctor. Who would that be? And the showrunner. Yes. And yeah, my opinion is that there must be good chemistry between the showrunner, writers, and actors, and they must feel what the fans feel, empathy, and they must know the history of Doctor Who. And classic Who and new Who must be not contradicting, but completing each other. And yes, that's very important. There must be an actor who does his homework and knows what the Doctor Who is all about. The strength of the show is the characters. Every Doctor has a different character, but what is important is that it builds the show, and not that it diminishes. But if someone wants to join the live stream, that's fine for me. As a guest, you can try it out. Yes, that's the reason why I mentioned it. We must listen to the fans, the sentiment of the show, and that's important. Um, the fan must look to the screen and find himself and must feel that's the Doctor. He must go to the original concept of the Doctor, and that is one is not one that is egocentric, and it must be an actor who is do the role naturally and not in a in a way that's it's yeah. Yes, I see, that's good. I will invite you. Okay. In the meantime, yes, that's the thing. The showrunner must be someone who knows the show, who knows the history, knows the sentiment of the fan, and as the showrunner knows that, he can choose on the basis of that. On the basis of that. I sent the link to your messenger from Facebook. I know if that is the manner, but I don't know. Hail, Black Cat, Black Guardian. Yes. Hello. Glad you're here. Okay. I've not your email, Queen Charlotte. But okay, I put the link in the chat. But maybe that's better. Or that well, we have no trolls in that moment, so I can do that. Okay. Hello, Dave. Travels through time. Okay. Send an email. Hail to you all. Yes. Where you sent your email to my messenger or? Okay. But nice to see you all. It's the first stream with more people than two. I had a very nice chat with Disaster Area Saturday, and about an hour ago, I had a stream on my own for more than an hour. So I think if there are more people in the streams, I can do more than 2 hours. I think because if I can do on my own 1 hour, more than 1 hour, I can do more hours with more people. Okay, I've a look. Yes, I've received it. I've Gmail. Dus I will invite you, and then you have my email address. That's good. That's very good. Oh, I'm so glad you are here. I can practice, and yes, I'm addicted now to live streaming. Normally I'm always in the chat, but I think it much more fun to do it. So. Zo. En dan. Twist and shout. It's working. Okay, here we go. Okay. Where is the link? Okay, here. Kopiëren. Okay. Send. It's good to hear that it is better with Noel. I had some pre-recorded videos. His voice was a bit. It looks like he had an irritated throat or something. It's because he was a little bit. Yeah, normally we had streams of Noel on the new Who, or I think, or the classic Who, but now I don't know how long he is. How long he will not stream, but I have more than 90 subscriptions. Yes, that's right. Sherlock will be my first guest. If everything works normally, then is that the case? 6 watching. Yes, I've sent it. I do not have it. Let's look again. That's weird. Okay. I must try again, I think. Yeah, I have sent it. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. I don't
no.
know what is wrong with the mail.
Oh no, for some reason when anybody's sending me StreamYard links, it's going to my junk file folder. I don't know why. It's really weird.
Okay.
So I just need to remember to check. No, I found it. I just need to remember to check there now because it's just doing it of late. I don't know why.
Okay. Hey. It's another way to talk to each other because Facebook Messenger is more nice.
Yes, I know. Now you've got a voice. I suppose you already knew my voice, but.
No, you're actually my first guest, so I will remember this always.
I know it's so good, and because I know you're a bit nervous, and it's just one of those things that you just have to go for it. There's no real way you can do it. Like when people say, "How do you do it?" It's sort of like you have to jump in the pool almost.
Yes, that's right. And I thought, now or never. It's now or never in Elvis terms.
Oh yes. Well, no, it's like I was saying this on me and Daniel's stream we did. Like, if you would have told me that I'd be doing like streams like a year ago, I would have gone like, "What planet are you on?" Do you know?
Yeah, I know, but that's not the point. I'm actually well spontaneously and also, but for these things, yes, it's ethic is very. But now I'm over it.
Yeah, it's just you have to do it, and you just have to sort of almost trick your body to not be nervous.
Yeah, and now I want to be involved in other streams, so I want to jump in it.
Well, yeah, and that's and there will be some people like that's a good thing about our little community, isn't it? That we've sort of built. There's a lot of us now who are starting out, and it's like you just have to, like I said, just go for it. So yeah, I don't know about Showrunner and 14th Doctor. It's such a hard one, isn't it, to try and call because of the state the show's in.
Yeah. Now the Dutch fan base is different in that. I think they want. It's more the case with the showrunner more, actually. Than Jodie. I think it is a combination of things. I'm not saying that Jodie Whittaker is a bad actress, but she is not fit for the role of the Doctor, because she hasn't done her homework for the show. She doesn't know what the history is, what the heritage is, what the fan base wants.
Yeah, no, I think that was such a big. That's why she's still, I think, and I'm one of the fans who feel like she hasn't quite properly shown as the Doctor yet.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of feels like, and I don't know how you feel, like she's taking bits that she might have seen from other Doctors, mainly Tennant and Matt's Doctor, and is sort of trying to do her own version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, we want to see your version of this character.
Yes, that's right. And that's the strength of the show. Every Doctor has another character, but it must build up the show, that character. That's the point.
Yeah, and the way I'd always try and explain this is think of like a soul, but it's just happened to live in 13 different bodies.
Yeah.
So like that soul, it remembers everything that's gone before. It remembers all that pain, like you said, all the legacy, but it's almost got a new spin of life every time it goes into a body.
Yeah.
And it's like with her, it's just there's so many times when I was watching that I was just like, I can't recognize the Doctor. Like, it was more just I couldn't connect her Doctor's actions to what previous Doctors had done, because I don't think she would be doing those actions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by it. It must fit, and it must carry the thought of the show of the start of 1963. It was always a It was always a family show. It was always a show people can identify with. And at the moment, I think that the fan base is a little bit lost in it, or what do we call that?
Well, yeah, I think the problem was when they cast her, they were so in your face. I don't know how it felt in your country, but in this country, it felt like they didn't just cast a woman and just sort of did it because it was the good creative reason. It felt so blatant with all the marketing we got here and the way Jodie was doing her first set of interviews, that they did it for politics.
Mm-hmm.
And that put a lot of fans off, including me, and it just felt a bit like you could have actually a good creative reason for doing a female Doctor, but you're showing us you're not by the way you get the BBC was acting and like Jodie was acting and a lot of the press around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and you see in the years in the 70s, you see by Bertry and Tom Baker, you see also politics, but it was not so. How do we call that? It was not so in the forefront, or would you?
I think the difference was because I'm obviously watching classic now a lot for the first time. It didn't feel like they were already telling you which side should win the argument while they were presenting it.
Yeah.
It was like, here's an argument, here's both sides, you decide.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but yes, my favorite. By the way, my favorite doctor is Jon Pertwee.
See, that's the one that I'm just a bit cool on. Like, I don't love him, I don't hate him.
Yeah, but it's also the show was not was the ratings of the views were in the end of the 60s not so good, but when Pertwee came, it jumped, and yes, yeah, I like the 70s Jon Pertwee and Tom Baker. But Pertwee the most because he looks like James Bond in certain ways. The chemistry between him and Joe Krantz, and the chemistry between him and the Brigadier and Roger Delgado, perfect. But yeah, he was an easy man to work with. As you can see in the extras on the DVDs from Pertwee, you can see everyone talking about him. He was the one who had humor and helped other actors to come in a role. That's the strength of Pertwee.
I think. No, he comes across to me as, because he was in the army, wasn't he, Pertwee, before he was an actor. So whenever I've heard stories about Pertwee, I've always thought maybe a bit of that army experience sort of shaped him a bit with his personality.
Yeah.
And it made him a bit like, no, there's a certain way to do things. And apparently, isn't that why him and Pat, wasn't it, didn't get, or they sort of could get a bit on set, weren't they notorious, those two, a little bit, for not being the best of friends?
All the discussions between him and the Brigadier always makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, because
the face of the Brigadier all the time.
Yeah, because sorry, I don't know if I'm acting a bit. Yeah, because the Brig was typical sort of upper class sort of all right chap, like, wasn't he? Like very upper lip, very almost stiff, but like in a lovely sort of way.
Yeah.
And that sort of matched, didn't it, Pertwee's doctor, because he could be a bit like that.
Yeah. What's your favorite doctor?
My picture's a bit of a clue.
Okay.
I'm of the new one. It's Matt, because I connected with Eccleston in the Dalek episode, but then he was only around for one series, and I think I've come to appreciate him more, like, since he's left. And then Tennant, I had, like, even though that was the era that I properly grew up, when it was like Tennant was everywhere and he was like he was like one of the most known actors in the country. I liked his doctor, but I didn't fully connect, and it wasn't until Matt. And I think what it was that I just really connected with the sort of gang, like him being that sort of childishness.
Yeah.
That he did, and like the fact that, and I've said this on streams, his facial acting.
Yeah.
I think like all the others could do it, but Matt, just for me, he showed me he was the first doctor that I could see the thousands of years just on the face, just on a single look. And that's what I've always loved actors that don't need dialogue. You know, they can just sort of give a look, or they can shift their face a bit, or do something that it's like that's the actor completely acting without any help.
Yeah, that helped. There were also huge fans of Doctor Who. That's the point. I already looked at Tennant more than Smith, but Smith did his homework.
Yes, because he saw Tomb, didn't he? And that's where he got a lot of his traits.
Yeah, and then strong point of Smith is he can look old.
Oh yeah, it was that. I think the moment where that really, because I think at first I liked, like I said, the sort of goofiness about him, and the fact that he literally was like a child sometimes in this big gangly body, and like his arms would be flailing, and like he'd be talking really fast.
Yeah.
So I quite like that sort of. It's like now I call him the Peter Pan Doctor, sort of the boy who never grew up sort of thing.
Yeah,
And
but
then
he was childish sometimes, eh? Childish sometimes.
yes, and I think it just suited him, and I think his comedy also.
Yeah.
It was very unique to that Doctor, that sort of slapstick.
Yeah. That is what I also miss on Jodie Whittaker. That childish is more played, by, or what do you call it? By Tennant, it was naturally, and by Smith.
Oh yes, well I think the problem is with Jodie. She's not a comedy actress.
No.
And they keep giving her these lines where it's like, oh, you're trying to make her funny. It's like she can't do funny. She can cry. She's good at doing that.
Yeah.
She can mope. She can cry. That's her sort of. Every actor has their thing they're best at, don't they?
Yeah.
And it was just like they kept doing it, and that did my head in. Like I said, as a Matt Smith fan, I was just like, she's not Matt. Stop trying to make her be Matt.
Yeah. I think I think that what showrunner there is, I think still Jodie cannot play the Doctor. I think because she's not the Doctor in a certain way. Somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's like you said. Any actor that takes on this role, they have to do Alien and they have to do Old. I think those are two major parts to this character, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And I do think she is too. At times, she comes across too human, almost. Sort of. The Doctor has to have that ability that they can disguise human and they can mimic it, but it always needs to be just slightly off.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an alien at the end of the day trying to be human.
Yeah.
And like that can be a different way. Like with Tom, he was really good for that because you could see he was trying to have these sort of grandiose moments, and almost the way he used comedy, it was to distract, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you can tell that's something an alien would pick up, that humans sometimes use comedy to sort of deflate a situation or calm it down, and he was copying that, but because it was the Doctor and it was Tom, it was always almost theatrical. And like with her, she just comes across as a woman you would just you'd just see down the street almost. Or like a neighbour, like sort of, did you know, like your neighbour or your aunt or somebody who you're a bit pally with, like that's the vibes I get off Jodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I do. It's not all her fault, to be fair, but I just think she was miscast.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And I've often said this. I don't think she'd make a bad companion.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
But even if Stephen Moffat cast Jodie Whittaker, it's still no good.
Yeah, she would have better material.
Stories, but...
No, and I do think she was always going to have a difficulty coming into this role, but the way she was in like that first round of interviews, I think that put a lot of people off. Because she was talking down about the show. She was talking about, it's all about the white male gaze.
Yeah.
And she was like talking about being a feminist and like all the things that you would like, Jodie, people are nervous anyway. You really need to like be extra careful almost with what you say.
Yeah. I think she's the only Doctor with a real hidden agenda, I think.
Well, I think
the other Doctors had no political message.
See, I think probably all actors do have their politics, but the others were clever enough to hide it.
But where is obvious?
Yes. But I'd say they all probably have the politics like we all do, but they understood that when they were doing media or anything for the show, you talk about the show. You talk about the stories, the monsters, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yes, and now it is now the case to still to enjoy this show. That's for me important to enjoy the things that are good, classic Who, the new Who, and hope for the future to have a good 14th Doctor. But
well, I just
this very excited times.
I think whoever does get announced, whenever they do, that showrunner and Doctor, we have to give them a chance. That's sort of my way of thinking about it.
Yeah, right.
Because it's not really fair to punish them for what Chibnall and Whittaker have done.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of they'll come with their own way of doing things, with their own style, with their own sort of also way to interact with the fandom, and we can hope it's just better and more positive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't buy a lot of the papers here now, like in the UK and abroad, and they're just running with every rumour going. It feels like who's going to be next. and I agree with. I know Noel's been saying this in some of his pre-records. I don't think the BBC's decided yet.
I think they're still searching.
Yeah, I think there's a reason that they've announced it now, when Jodie and Chibnall aren't going till next year.
Yeah. But the weird thing was with the Comic-Con, you hadn't have a signal about it.
I know. I watched the whole thing as well, and it was such an odd panel.
Yeah, it was. It looked like theater, or it looks like
Well, what was weird was we know certain things about Series 13 already because of leaks. So they could have talked about the Weeping Angels. They could have talked about the Suntarans. Like, we know all this.
Yeah.
But they didn't say anything, and it was just like, you have to give us something. You have to give something to get the fandom sort of excited.
Yeah.
But they were just sort of, it was very safe. That's the word I would use.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't say anything because they were scared it was going to overshadow it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it was like, that day, because it was odd how it got dropped though, because I was talking with a few people and most of them said they saw it on Twitter, like the Doctor Who official Twitter page saying, "Oh, breaking news," and then they had the article. So it wasn't like even the newspapers got it first, almost. Or the media. It was like they announced it on Twitter almost.
Yeah.
And then we were all sort of thinking, is this true? Because we've had some false alarms before.
I had many notifications on YouTube on that day, on that Thursday.
I know, and everybody just sort of went, right, it's real, come on, like, let's.
But I was shocked about myself because I thought I was happy, but I was a little bit sad because I wasn't aware of that was inside me. But how do we? Like I think in giving a second chance to people, and I have a difficulty with people who say Series 13 will be bad. I think you must first see it, and then you can give your opinion. And
but it's a bit though. We've had 2 series.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I can see, because I'm part of that, and I don't see why, when I've been given 2 bad series, why suddenly they're going to bring it together for the 3rd. That's the more way I'd phrase it. Not, oh, it's going to definitely be bad. It's more just, we've seen Chris Chibnall's writing now. Like, we've seen how he deals with characters and developments and how the politics are done. And I just don't see how magically that's going to suddenly all fix itself.
Yeah.
But it could be. Like, it could be really good. Like, we don't know. You are fair there.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit... We've been bitten and we've been burned, so it's like we expect the worst.
Yeah, but now I'm happy, because there's so much damage. There must be repair, and it must be win trust in events.
Well, he'll have to, at least because we now know he's going after Series 13 and these specials. He's going to have to wrap stuff up at least.
Yeah.
Like, he can't leave massive things hanging.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to resolve the Timeless Child arc. He's going to have to sort out where these new Doctors are.
Yeah.
Because we still don't know where Fugitive, Joe Martin, Doctor fits, do we?
No, we don't know. And we also don't know where Peter Cushing is fitting.
Yeah, but he's not bothered about that, Chibnall. He's bothered about his Doctors.
Roberta Tovey's birthday today. She was Susan in the Dalek films.
Oh, okay. Good birthday to her
then. And I saw that Bernard Cribbins, who played Wilfred Mott,
yes,
in one of the movies.
I know. I didn't know that when I first watched it.
I saw his face.
I was like, oh, that's Wilf.
Yeah. So he's
younger.
The actor will play also along in Doctor Who.
Yeah, but they tend to recycle actors, don't they, in this show? Seems to be a thing of, oh yeah, you were in another episode, weren't you? I mean, we've even had a Doctor in Capaldi. He was in it as a one-off before he became the Doctor.
Yeah, and Peter Capaldi also played in Torchwood Series 3.
Yeah, so he had plenty of showing before we saw him as the Doctor, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
Fire Pompey.
Yeah. So, like I said, I do think there is some hope and some chance for the fandom for the majority. That's because I do know there are genuine fans of Jodie and Chibnall, and for them people, my heart does go out because it's never easy when a Doctor goes.
That's right. I can still cry when I see Regeneration, and I have to watch it for more times.
Yeah, we all have our Doctors that we all connect to. So for the people who genuinely have done that, and they're not just like posing and they're not just saying it because of politics, who genuinely have found something in Jodie's Doctor, it is not going to be easy for them, because I've got a feeling some of these fans would have come in with Jodie, so this would be their first regeneration.
Yeah, that's right.
And like, even us now who have gone through God knows like how many now, it's still, you're saying goodbye, aren't you, at the end of the day? Because I've got a feeling once she's gone, she won't come back. She won't do like any other appearances, is my feeling.
Oh no, the anniversary special. Oh no.
Well, there's rumours that he's going to basically give Chibnall is planning Jodie's last episode to be a multi-Doctor episode.
Yeah.
And if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if that's because he knows he won't be writing the 60th, and Jodie knows she probably wouldn't want to or even be invited. She
wants to forget the past.
Well, she could, but I just get the vibes that this hasn't turned out the way she wanted to.
Actually, I hope the best for her, but I think she must go on and.
I'm the same. Because apparently she likes doing bits of directing, doesn't she, and producing. So
Yeah.
And if this like having the notoriety of the show means she can do more of that, then I say go for it, girl. If that's what you want to do, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we have Sadako in
Yeah,
the
hi
chat.
Sadaka.
Hello.
See, you're getting more people on your chat as you go.
Yes. I'll enjoy it. Yes. But
So who's your favourite? So your classic Doctor's Pertwee. Who's your favourite new Doctor then?
yes, it's difficult for me. It looks like one time it is the one and then the other. Peter Capaldi, I think good because he reminds me of a classic Who. But if I have to be honest, I think I am then it's between Tennant and Smith. I think it's unlikely more Tennant.
Right. So what is it about Tennant? Because obviously he had a lot of different sides to his Doctor. What did you sort of like about him?
Yeah, but I think I think Matt Smith. There was a high standard for him because Tennant was good. But I think it's more accomplishment for Smith to do the Doctor.
Well, yeah, because there was so much. He was so young, wasn't he?
And he carried the show further.
Yeah, and it was weird when Tennant announced it here that he was going, because it did feel like a lot of people were just like thinking, "Oh God, they're never going to get anybody who's good."
Mm-hmm.
And he did. I think Matt had to prove a lot, and that's why when I hear some current fans like obviously try and like say, "Oh, Jodie's had such a hard time," and I think yes, she did. But I think Matt had a real hard time as well, because he was coming after Tennant, who was like the king of the show.
Yeah.
And it was like he was so young, and he was an unknown as well. Like it's hard to think that now because he's done loads of stuff. But when he got the role, no, he'd done a few bits, but nothing like really noteworthy. So you had this unknown, young, sort of odd-looking chap being the Doctor, and you could just see people were so nervous and unsure.
Yeah, and sometimes they say that Peter Capaldi had bad luck because of bad writing. You think about that?
Yeah, I think the problem was Moffat was fighting the BBC, I think, a bit by the time Capaldi came along.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could see the stuff creeping in with the writing.
Ratings were falling down.
Yeah, but the problem was because we'd had Eccleston, who wasn't really young, but he wasn't really old, and then we'd had two quite young actors after him.
Yeah,
it was sort of perceived as, I think, a bit wrongly with sort of my age fan. Obviously, people who'd watch classic, Capaldi wasn't that much of an odd choice, but to people in like who were my age, who just started in 2005 watching, I think they were a bit taken back and weren't used to having an older actor in the role.
Yeah.
And because Capaldi was, and I do think, to be fair, and I'll admit this, that first season they wrote him really harshly, and it was a bit of a shock. To sort of have that sort of almost cold Doctor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree, Sadaka. I do think by the end of Moffat's run in both Sherlock and Doctor Who, you could see he was letting certain groups influence him. And I do think a writer should just be allowed to write. They shouldn't be told what you can and can't put in a story.
Yeah.
But
I think that Moffat was another person in the era of Peter Capaldi. In a certain way, it felt more relaxed when he did Matt Smith.
Yes, I think he was. Well, I think he was definitely given more freedom, is the feeling I got. And it was like I said, it's because it's not the figures did start to go down during Capaldi, so you can't say suddenly like during the Whittaker and Chibnall run, it's just out of nowhere you was going down, but you could, and we've sort of been saying this a lot recently. The difference was you gave Capaldi a bad script or a script that wasn't stellar, but you could watch it because of him. Like he would just do little movements or little things or he would just rise above it.
Yeah.
So you could go, oh, I don't like the story, but Capaldi was good.
And I discovered a function to replace the comment of someone on the screen. So Sadeko says, at first I thought Capaldi was just being pragmatic to a harsh universe. But some of his first series just made him seem unpleasant and petty.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was feeling with Capaldi, that first series. Because I can remember, there was an episode and I was just like, what are you doing? That was it. Was it Into the Dalek? And he basically sacrificed some humans to get to, I can't remember the exact details, but basically they were in this Dalek and there were these like bacteria or something in it that was destroying or killed anything that it came across. And they were like two soldiers. And he told them they'd be okay. So they went like ahead to do something. And it killed them. And he told them fully knowing they were going to die. And he just, it was almost like he used them just to get a bit further ahead. And I just remember thinking, why the Doctor wouldn't do that? Because I'm a bit fuzzy on the details, because it's been ages since I've watched Capaldi's first season. But it was that uncaringness, and then he sort of mellowed a bit, didn't he, as he went along, Capaldi.
What do you call it? But Capaldi was a thing in series. He started in series 8, right? Series 8, I think.
Yeah, he was series 8.
Yeah. I mean, I must to get used to that. He was the Doctor more. Matt Smith was the first episode. It was boom, but by Capaldi, I must wait till I. Yeah. It was. I think the factor was in it that indeed. Tennant and Smith were younger actors, I think. Yeah.
Well, I think in Capaldi's first episode, he was very. It felt like the whole post-regeneration amnesia lasted a lot longer.
Yeah.
When he was really confused, and he was like he couldn't recognize Clara, and he was sort of half, almost like in and out of it. It felt like.
Yes, Matt Smith was direct. The Doctor had no problems with regeneration, and when Tennant and Capaldi they had to the whole episode they were looking for themselves.
Oh yeah, Tennant was asleep, wasn't he, for half of it?
Yeah, the whole episode he was asleep.
Yeah, I always felt like that he did that on purpose with Matt because he felt like he had to prove something.
Yeah. No, I think that's the case. Yes. Yeah.
Because if you watch 11th Hour, like there's a bit of the walking into a tree, and when he's like with little Amy, you can see bits of the sort of I'm still cooking. He even says that, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. And then because of the time skip, a lot of that is gone then, and he's sort of not fully working, but you can see the sort of dizziness and the sort of I'm a bit funniness has gone. Plus you did hit him on the head, so that helped. Well, when she met him. No, but like I said, I've always felt that Moffat did that on purpose. He was like, I'm going to give like the 11th Doctor a massive threat, like stick him in a village so he's not like he hasn't got a TARDIS. They blew up the Sonic in that first episode, And it was like really he had to prove himself. Like he really had to think on his feet.
Yeah.
Which is why I love that run speech he does on top of the hospital, because it really feels like a triumph and yes, we've got the Doctor moment.
Yes. Okay.
See, that's my other thing. Like, I would almost, if I were to write like the next Doctor, like the first episode, I would almost do like an Eccleston where he's regenerated and he's gone past all that and he's like settled in his body.
Yes. Yes, his introduction was good. It was in an action scene where he suddenly appears, and you go into the adventure.
Yeah, he just grabs Rose, doesn't he, and says, "Run."
Yeah, run.
And if I were to write, I'd be tempted to do that, so we don't have to go through that process again of post regeneration. I'm a bit wonky. Because and a lot of us are thinking it's going to go off for a few years. So it would make sense if you just didn't have to do the whole rigmarole of regeneration. Just be like, oh, here's the Doctor.
Yeah, that you actually wait the whole episode and suddenly he appears.
Well, yeah, they could, I suppose, because Eccleston was like Rose was the main character in that first episode, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's right. It's called an episode called Rose, and
yeah, and it sort of started with her like life and a job, and then
the Bad Wolf.
Yeah, Bad Wolf. See, that's why I am intrigued a little bit with Series 13 because he's doing like one continuous story, and it's like, can you pull that off, Chips?
Yeah, okay. That's a point. You must have good cliffhangers, and the story must, logical.
Yeah, it needs to flow, doesn't it?
Yeah. This in the classical you see another setting in it, and sometimes you had 7 part stories and 10 part stories, or even the war games 12 or something.
Oh yeah, they did massive long ones in classic, didn't they?
So they worked very the extras on the DVDs. They worked very hard, 45 episodes in a year, or in some cases.
Oh yeah, because they back then everything was serialized, wasn't it?
Yeah. He had more serials in one season. Stories. I mean.
Yeah, and it can work. It's just like you said, you have to have really good cliffhangers. You can't just like suddenly introduce something in an episode, then forget about it, and then come back to it. Which is what Chibnall has done with a lot of his stories so far. So it's like.
Sudoku 24, the jury's out there.
Yeah, at Sudoku.
Or some judgmental, or.
Well,
I think they are very nice to.
You'd be happy with, yeah, I'm the same.
If it was someone better than Chibnall doing a serialized season of a story, I'd be happy with that idea. Sometimes the longer serials were more of an event.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's aiming to do. He's trying to make it into an event.
Yeah. I sometimes have the feeling that he wants to copy things from the past, but it is not.
Oh, he always copies. He nicks.
Always a failure.
He just goes, right, what's happened before? What's a story that people liked before? I'll do it.
Yeah, so that's the reason I want to bring back all the villains, all the monsters, and in the thought that everything will be all right with the fans, but that's not the case. It's more that the Doctor is coming back as a character, that the fans can see and identify with the show. And then they can see the origins of the whole concept.
Well, yeah, because we do like our monsters, don't we?
Yeah.
But if you've not got a good story to
not overdone.
Well, yeah, but you could see last series that's what he was doing, wasn't it? He was just like, oh, here's this monster, here's that monster, and he's doing it even more. Like I said, we know about Weeping Angels, Suntarans we know about. We all pretty much are assuming the Master, Sasha, will be back. There's some other stuff that's been. There's more monsters I can't think off my head right now, but it feels like he's gone really mad for like. Do you recognise this? Do you recognise that? I'm wondering about the Weeping Angels, because it's like even Moffat sort of by the end was like, you need to stop doing Weeping Angel stories.
I don't. There's so much mystic about the Weeping Angels. I don't trust Chibnall with it.
Oh God, no. Because as well, let's be fair, like the Weeping Angels, you have to really think when you're against them. Like you can't just shoot at them. Like you have to actually outwit them almost. And it's like, can Jodie's Doctor do that? Considering her usual way to solve things is to just blunder her way like in it. And just sort of go, oh, I'll fix it later. You can't do that with the Weeping Angels.
It's important that we don't start weeping.
Well, yeah, and obviously I know you won't know who John Bishop is, but in this country he's quite a well-known comic, so he's got him now in a series, and it's like, how are you going to work this new companion in? I'm scared that John Bishop's character is just going to be there to be a punching bag.
No.
Just like, oh, he's the older white male. Let's laugh at him.
Yeah. Yes, right. And there are rumors that Yes will be killed in the specials in 2022.
I think something's going to happen to Yaz.
Yeah.
I do think she's
also dropped in a parallel universe like Rose.
Oh no, Chibnall, to be fair, Chibnall has killed people off before, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Okay.
Because in the first episode, he killed Grace and Ryan's mum. So I wouldn't put it past him to sort of do like a dramatic thing of killing Yaz off. But I don't think he's going to do the whole romance thing. I really don't. I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so. I think so that there will be hanky panky in the TARDIS. Do you call that so?
No, we don't want hanky panky.
No, that's not. But that is the thing. Doctor is not in romance. You can see.
Yeah. I just think he's going to carry on teasing people about them too, and not actually go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Jodie's Doctor is, I don't think she'll pick it up that Yaz is blatantly like giving her the sort of like Yaz is becoming quite obvious she fancies the Doctor now, and I think Jodie's Doctor's just not going to pick up on it until like the last minute. We do call her a plank, don't we, Sudoku? No, it's just.
What was the new character called in the series 13? What was his name?
Who? John Bishop's character?
No, the other. Was announced with the Comic-Con.
His character's called Vinder.
Yeah, Vinder. Well, who do you think this person is? There are more speculation about that. There are some who say that it is Rani.
Well, yeah, there's a few. I've seen the rumor that it's obviously Romana or the Rani is regenerated into a male, and a bit of me wants it to be that. because then at least he's being fair and he's not just turning all the characters who are male into female. At least he's doing it the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like he was lovely in the little bit he recorded for Comic-Con. He came across as really genuine. So I like the actor, just his personality, but they've given us nothing really about the character, except from the outset, he looks a little bit like a Captain Jack stand-in.
Yeah, we don't know if he comes in one episode or the whole story. We don't know.
Well, I think, didn't they say he's a recurring character?
Okay.
So that means he'll probably be in more than one episode at least.
And we don't know if it is a villain or it is someone who will stand next to the Doctor. Or
yeah, we don't know villain or friend, do we?
No. So this.
I think he'll be a bit like River or a bit like Jack. That he won't be officially a companion. He'll just pop up.
But that are things where I'm curious about for Series 13. From what will be his role and there's something. This actually I'm looking forward to that in a certain way. On Series 13.
Yeah, because we don't care about Yaz, so it's like he's gone right. I'll give you 2 new characters almost, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he could, because I like Bradley Walsh, Graham. Like, he was one of the few characters I actually liked from the previous 2 series. So, if he at least gives me one, like, sort of character I can like a bit like Graham, then I'd be happy. But like you said, like, he can give us these little good things, whether it's monsters or new characters that we like. But at the core of it, you've got the 13th Doctor and Yaz, who I don't care about her Doctor or Yaz in the slightest.
Does she fancy?
Oh, she does. Come on, Sudoku. She was giving like proper the eye to Jodie's Doctor. I mean, in the recent special, she basically like had a fit at her because she'd left her. If that doesn't mean that at least it's more than friendship. Let's put it that way with Yaz and the Doctor. You don't react like that if you're just friends.
No. There was a bit of moments between Tennant, Doctor, and Rose, and one way from Martha to the Doctor.
I think he's basically copying that.
Yeah.
The sort of unrequited love of a companion for a Doctor.
But that is what I mean. I wants to try things from the past who succeeded. They had success, but in his hands, it's not working.
Well, yeah, because he can't write characters as well as Moffat and Davies. Because, like, with the Martha thing, even though I didn't like at the beginning with her, because I did feel like it was sort of downplaying her almost. Because I like the actress. I can remember at the time watching it and thinking, I like you, like Freema. But I wasn't gelling with the whole, like, her doing, like, baby doll eyes to the Doctor and him just being completely oblivious to it. But at least in that way, you could understand a bit why he was acting like that, because he just lost Rose. So he was almost, the way I always thought that was, he was purposely not letting his emotions get to him because it hurt him so much before. And because of how, like, Tennant was quite a striking, good-looking, sort of heroic Doctor, of course Martha was going to get a bit turned and get a bit fanciful. But like I said, at least with that storyline, you could understand why the Doctor was acting the way they were, and you could understand where Martha was coming from. I don't understand what Yaz sees in the Doctor, because they've never really said.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jodie, like Jodie's doctor just naturally seems to not be good at handling any emotion.
Well, just go back to work.
And need
Tobacco
to.
said, I'm surprised she kept her job.
Oh, she was always going to keep the job. She's going to be bestest ever.
Okay, the next one. The line by Tennant, Rose would know what to do. Really irked me as much as Marta.
Yeah, because he was being a bit childish. Like, Ten was having a bit of a strop, wasn't he? Well, I say Tennant. The Doctor 10 was. But like I said, But you're completely correct. You can see Chibnall right now is looking to see, right, that worked. I'll nick that. I'll add a bit of that. I'll change this a bit. Because there's rumours that Yaz could become a Cyberman. That could be how she goes out.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, you're just copying what happened to Bill, aren't you then? In Capaldi's run, like the fact that she became, and that was quite a heartbreaking episode when it got revealed she'd been converted. And I just can't see Chibnall pulling that same effect off if he tries that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we have to just see. But there'll probably be little improvements, if I'm being honest, about Series 13. But I think we're still going to have the overall issues we've had since the beginning of the run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now I have endless hours of discussion.
Oh yes, YouTube will be fun, at least.
I have a lot of stuff to talk about then.
There'll be plenty of stuff to watch. You're so right there. You'll end up going from stream to stream to stream.
To stay in the positive mode and Joe is then big challenge and to have a fan base together, but oh.
I do think the fan base, when they go, give it a couple of years, I do think the fan base will get a lot better.
Yeah.
It's just the problem is, at the start of this era, it invited a lot of people in who right now are causing issues, let's put it that way. Because, like I said, they were so blatant with the politics, they were so in your face, that it attracted some people who were just in the fandom right now for politics. And these are the same people who are even saying now that if the 14th Doctor doesn't go the way they want the casting, that they're going to leave. So for me, that means, well, you didn't come then because you loved the show, did you? If you're willing to leave, if you don't get the right casting for your own sort of wants. Because it's like I was heartbroken when I was heartbroken when Matt left, yeah. But I gave Capaldi a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right.
I've got no faith in Chibnall. A different showrunner might get me to feel that there'd be an improvement. Yeah, no, so I do really think though, whoever does come next, we have to just welcome them and just give them a chance. Because it's not fair if we let this era impact the next. Yeah, there's always been left. Yeah, but the problem is, like, before we could at least talk and have a disagreement in the fandom. Now it's like, if you have a disagreement with some people, you get called racist or sexist or like everything underneath the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And we just need to go back to when we can at least go, well, I didn't like that Doctor as much, but we can still talk. Do you know, we can still be friends.
Yeah.
Because which previous Doctors did you not like as much than Joker?
You mean the previous Doctors don't like, or what do you mean?
Was there any doctors before Jodie? Like, which doctors were you not as? Did you not like as much, or didn't have as much fondness?
That's weird, but it's Colin Baker in my profile photo.
See, I didn't know because I saw you use Colin's photo, so I was like, oh, maybe he quite likes Colin's doctor.
Yeah, but no, sometimes I regenerate. So
Oh yeah.
About not short in a short time, I will regenerate in Sylvester McCoy.
Okay. See, I struggle.
I want variation in my photos.
No, and you picked all the lovely ones they had for the 50th, haven't you?
What do you mean?
That picture weren't those portraits done for the 50th?
Oh yeah, the photos of the site.
Yeah, no, the painted doctor photos,
Yeah,
the ones that you use. I think they were done for the 50th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I always thought they were lovely paintings.
But I cannot use the fugitive doctor because I don't know whether she fits.
Well, no, that's the thing. He's going to have to answer that, isn't he, at some point?
I want to know where she is in the line. Where
do you think then? Where do you think she fits?
Mm-hmm. The theory from between the second Doctor and the third Doctor.
So you don't like Brie Hartnell?
I think.
See, that would be the neatest, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a feeling he's going to argue that she's Brie Hartnell.
No, this before Hartnell.
Yeah, I think he's going to put her there.
But Hartnell is the first Doctor. Okay, is she the zero Doctor?
Well, yeah, he won't fit, and it'll be like many fans, if he tries that, are going to have like massive arguments to say she won't go there. But I've got a feeling that's where he's going to put her. Yeah, that's the problem, Sudoku. If he's going to put a load of doctors pre-Hartnell, like, how on earth have they not bumped into each other yet? Especially as she had a police box. So how has another doctor not seen her with a police box and gone, I don't remember you?
Yeah, but the story was it was in the 60s, and the police box stayed the police box. The chameleon circuit was stuck.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Giving her a police box has made it really difficult to say she's anywhere. She won't. Yeah, sorry. Giving her a police box means then it goes against Unearthly Child, doesn't it? So, but he probably didn't even remember that when he did it, the whole storyline, because he just seems to forget massive swathes of, like you said, what's gone before. Because it's like the whole of Matt's last series, Trenzalore, like, why did he need a new set of regenerations if he had infinite ones already? It just doesn't make sense now.
When we got the Morbius doctors, but they were all personnel of the BBC.
Well, was it last week? I watched that because that's what we did as classic, the Reign of Morbius, as like our classic episode.
Yeah.
And there's so many things in that story which dismisses those as previous doctors. I mean, like, it's a brain. What's the phrase? It's a brain. It's a mind contest, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's to say they're the doctor? There's two people in that contest. And like I was saying, if you watch that episode, it's like this horrible mutated thing. So it could have just been a result of being this creature that created those faces.
Yeah, the TARDIS that Hartnell chose was a typical capsule. It was a normal TARDIS, but when he went to the 60s, it was a police box, and it remained a police box. So why? Where then is the question? Where does the fugitive doctor fit? That is, yeah. Still, many questions are unanswered. By the way, the next of the last two series were more questions than answers. Exactly.
Well, that's the problem. He's left it all till his last series, hasn't he?
And
To
there is so
answer
much
everything.
speculation. The speculation is by the fans is so diverse because of that.
Well, yeah, because like I said, because it was never stated, was it, that those were previous Doctors?
Yeah, but in a way, the speculation is so far that it diverts the fandom. It splits the fandom.
Yeah.
I think you can break a show by too many questions, and then there's so much speculation, and when there's their opinion and fans going to attack each other, then yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like we like some mystery in this show.
Yeah,
but
that was the
if you have
origin of the show.
Yeah, but if you have too much, like you're saying, it sort of dilutes it almost, doesn't it? It makes it weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of that's the thing though. It's fun to have these little, or maybe they were the Doctor, maybe they weren't, but then to bring that into the show, it's sort of like, well, this was funner when it was just fans sort of debating that issue.
Oh, I heard something in the background.
Sorry, that was my family.
Yes, possible.
I would have muted myself, but I was talking. So would have been odd if would you just heard me talk and then nothing, and then me come back. No, but it's just it's such a mess.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's at least, if he was smart, he would have answered some stuff by now, not left it.
Like, maybe series 13, you know.
Well, that's the thing. It's all now banking on that, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends. Everything depends on it.
Yeah, he's literally made it that if series 13 doesn't like answer enough questions, or the writing isn't good enough, like you've wasted 2 series almost.
Yeah.
And this is why I think he shouldn't have done like such. Moffat and Davies were clever because they knew if they did an arc, they kept it to 1 series. It was very rare that it would go beyond that. Like there'd be sometimes little things. Obviously, the Time War was a massive event, so it was always going to impact like what any Doctor after that. And that's what Russell did, which was clever. But everything else they wrapped up in the 1 series. Whereas Chibnall, it's taken him 3 series to answer 1 arc. And I've always said that's what I've sort of done the comparison for in the past. I'm saying even if he's a brilliant writer, he's taken so long to get this arc done that it needs to be brilliant to almost justify the amount of time he's taken. So it's just well, this series 13, Chibs, better be your best work.
Mm-hmm. And the first plan was that what we're told was the series 13 was 8 episodes, and now it's 6. It has 6 episodes plus 3 specials in 22.
Yeah, they've been given another special.
To mess up.
Yeah, but that's the problem that if you think about it, when the series does land, that means you've got how many weeks of actual content to promote? Only 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to go in a flash, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got, I don't know how long they'll drag the specials over. Because we'll probably get one on New Year's Day, but then it's when are the other two going to fall?
The show has landed itself in a mess before trial. Oh, that's Trial of the Time Lords from Conan Baker. And just had to move on. But this is a new kind of mess, yeah. But the case we did with Trial of the Time Lords, that was not so influencing the whole canon. And this is another kind of mess, indeed.
Yeah, like Trial was its own contained thing, and it did add to canon with the Valeyard, but that's the difference. It added, it didn't change.
But that's nice. You don't know who the Valeyard is, and at this point, but that's fine for me, but because it must have some mystic or some, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm so that's something I've wanted the Valeyard so much in New Who. As soon as I learned about that character, I was like, oh, wouldn't that be good if we got a version of that today? Because I just think that's such an interesting idea. Like, it's the Doctor, but they're evil. And I just think that would be so much fun to play with.
13th Doctor, 13th season, what could go wrong?
I know. And
on Friday the 13th will the episode be launched.
Well, and that's the thing, they're all a lot of them are superstitious, aren't they, in acting and like that sort of industry, and it's like 13/13, folks.
On what day falls there, 13 October or 13 November on a Friday?
Oh, wouldn't that be funny? Because people are thinking October for this final special. So wouldn't it be funny if it was on the 13th of October?
Charlotte, have you seen the ending of Trial?
No, because we're having a bit of a break from classic, but I will watch the whole of it because I've watched 2 stories in Trial. But because I knew what the Valeyard was before I started. Because I just, as soon as I heard what the Valeyard was, I was like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. Because the Doctor, like, that's what I like when they do sort of tap into that in the Doctor's personality. It's like, he could be very dangerous and very scary if he wasn't working for good, almost. Like, you sort of see that edge and that anger and that violence almost at times in the Doctor. But it's like he's just holding it back. He's sort of keeping it in check. So the Valeyard is all of that unleashed almost.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I would love for the 60th if that's my big bad for the 60th would be the Valeyard if I was like in my ideal world.
Yeah. And I want the meddling monk back.
Yes. Well, that's my thing. I'm getting a bit fed up of the Master at this point.
all the Time Lords, the Master and the Rani and the monk together to fight the Doctor.
Well, yeah, I just think we've had the Master so many times now in New Who. Like, I'd love to see the Rani or the meddling monk or just a different Time Lord.
Cool, yeah.
And like I said, that would be my sort of, like I said, ideal world for the 60th is you get somebody like McGann or Capaldi or sort of that type of previous Doctor actor, announce they're going to be in the 60th, and have them for like a good chunk of the episode play their Doctor, and then all at once you find out, oh no, they're the Valeyard, and he's just been tricking the Doctor, and he's just sort of been setting the Doctor up.
Yeah, and he's working together with the monk.
Well, yeah, and maybe the monk's there. But see, that's how you could do it. The monk is like the villain that is like, oh, look at me, I'm the big bad, you have to come after me.
Oh, but maybe Dan is the monk again.
Because we've had, like, that's the thing with New Who, like, it's just, it always seems to come down to the Master or Daleks or Cybermen. And I'm like, can we have a bit of variety? Because give us a Rani, give us the meddling monk, just somebody who you think, oh, that's an interesting character.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we have also the Dream Lord in the episode Emmy's Choice.
Yeah, well, I think that was Moffat trying his best, wasn't it, to get the Valeyard in?
But that was also the bet we got it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Side of the Doctor or something.
Yeah, because it was little. It was pollen, wasn't it? Like that had a psychic effect on him. That it was his. Like his worst feelings about himself projected. So like, there's that brilliant scene, isn't there, where the Dream Lord says like, "Oh, you don't know how much he hates me," or something like that, and you. So then, if you think about it afterwards, that's the Doctor saying he almost hates himself. Like no other enemy or person could hate him as much as himself, almost, and it's quite a sad thought. But if you think about all the stuff he's gone through, especially with how much he blames himself for the Time War. Yeah. Right, one second, I just have to put my headphones straight, they're coming off.
And in the chat it goes about the 60th anniversary. Yeah.
Because I'm back, Tennant doing what? Disaster? Because
I think for the 60th anniversary, 60th.
Oh yeah, he'll be there for the 60th. And yes. I wouldn't be surprised if, I think some people have said, wouldn't that be good if he sort of said that was his last appearance on telly? That was like his bowing out episode. Because like I said, there's rumours that Chibnall's going to get a load of them back for Jodie's last episode. I think the rumours are that he might be able to get McGann back to be in it. Tennant will come back because he's pals with them. Matt has said in interviews he would love to come back to the show, and I can see him bringing Joe, Fugitive Doctor, along, so we could have like a 5-Doctor setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we shall see.
Right, Joke, I've got a couple more minutes because then my battery's going to die.
Oh, and running out of energy.
Yes, my battery, as you people probably know, it's not brilliant, and it was only on like 70% when it came on, so I've got a couple more minutes.
You can ask for a birthday present or a Christmas present for a new.
Well, this is a bit of a spur of the moment, so I wasn't fully charged up. But thank you for letting me come on.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
And like I said, just keep going at it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
So, everybody, make sure if you've not subbed, please do, because that does help a lot. Yeah. And I think then maybe I'll see it more because now I've been in your chat, maybe, because it will pop up now when you stream, so I know. So you don't have to always tell me.
But I noticed that some people then don't get notifications. But
yeah, YouTube's weird.
Must find out what it is. Well, when is your Line of Duty review?
We are.
Okay,
the 10th. I'm trying to think of the date, which is terrible. I'm pretty sure it's this week coming up because my memory's terrible. I think it's the 10th. Yeah, no, it's this Tuesday coming up. Then me and Daniel on Daniel Leach's channel.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, because my brain's not working. That is tomorrow.
Now, normally they do shout outs and they put a link in the chat, but I have no link of at the moment. I cannot see it.
Oh, it's okay. We'll make sure to give you a shout out tomorrow then, Joker. Yeah, do you know what it is? Because I'm currently on my holidays from work, so now days have completely. I've forgotten what day it is.
Oh, you have now a holiday?
Yeah, I'm my work. I'm off for the summer now, so nowadays I just think, oh, what day is it today? So that's why I didn't think, oh, it's Tuesday tomorrow. So yeah, me and Daniel will be live. Unless I've got the wrong day, that is very much possible, folks.
Let's see. Have we announced it? No, I cannot see it.
Well, me and Daniel will be back soon. I just can't think of the day. He'll message me. He'll be like, right, you ready to go?
Kijk, look, I put the link of your channel.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so we're on, and then after Line of Duty, we do have stuff planned. We just haven't got anything set in stone yet. Oh, and also, very much actually, thank you for watching our latest stream, everybody, the Doctor Who one we did, because we had brilliant fun with that. So thank you very much for everybody who has watched. And I think I'm about to die my battery, so I'll say bye to everybody. And thank you, said Joker, for having me on.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you.
See you.
Hoi. So, thank you very much, Queen Charlotte. Okay. Who is in the chat in that moment? Sadako. Yeah. Au revoir. Now, that's French, right? Daniel and so this Daniel and Charlotte stream on Tuesday, tomorrow. I shall put the names of yes, okay. More complete with details. Yeah, I think I will end this stream now. And or there are some things you want to announce, but is there anyone who wants to talk about things? Or Line of Duty's been good so far. I don't know. I don't know the series. Where can I find it? Is it can you watch it on BBC or is it? Oh no, I don't have Amazon Prime. I only have Netflix. And in the past there was Doctor Who, all the new series on Netflix, but a few years ago it stopped. Then and in a certain time I did go to Dailymotion. Do you know that Dailymotion? They have much classic Who. And I watched New Who on the Dailymotion, but the quality of New Who was not so good. So I have now all the DVDs of the New Who, all the DVDs, and I have two classic Who DVDs. Yeah, that's right. Dailymotion is really bad buffering, but as I said, I have all the New Who DVDs, and I have two classic DVDs of Tom Baker, and that's it. Also watching, also watch Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures on Dailymotion, and even K9 animated series. The stream of Daniel and Queen Charlotte is on the 17th of August. That's next week. I have Tom Baker. I'm actually look at it. The Genesis of the Daleks and the Seeds of Doom. And the Genesis of the Daleks is a classic. Most people think that it is a classic because it is much influence of the canon in the canon. It's also heavy loaded story in certain way. But I'd enjoy, by the way, Pertwee and Tom Baker in one breath. It's yeah. My most favorite Doctor is Pertwee because he looks like James Bond. But Tom Baker is a good Doctor after him. Both brilliant, yeah, that's right. Both brilliant doctors. In their own way. And Tom Baker is the longest of all in 7 years, I think. 74 to 1801 was the tenure of Tom Baker. Longest serving doctor, but actually technically I think there was someone who said that Paul McCann is actually the longest, but because he's between 1996 till 2005. Yeah, I shall do it. I'm doing it now. Okay. Look. Where is the StreamYard link? Yeah, gone. The StreamYard link is gone. What do you mean disaster area? I have only ever done one stream apart from what? Joker just StreamYard link. Okay, let's start. By the way, I called this stream Twist and Shout. That's inspired by the number from the 60s. Twist and Shout. Yeah, that's right. Better to be safe, mate. That's all. But thank you for the advice. Because everything is new for me. But I am most grateful for you, for all the people in the chat, and this helps me. And when I have more people on, I can I know what to look for, what I must. Yeah. Oh, is Noel streaming now, or what is he going to go? Is he going to live or pre-record or? Wacht. Oh, yes, that's right. I've muted my microphone because there was something, but now I'm back. I didn't know that. There are a few people, of course, in the Noel stream. I can understand that totally. But yeah, variation is also important. You have the choice now to go to Noel stream or to stay here. It's now here. Yes, that's right. I had muted I muted my microphone because there was something. I must. But now it's okay. But yeah, that's the nice thing of YouTube. You can choose between streams, and I didn't know that Noah was streaming also. Okay, can see it now in the notifications, but I thought it was pre-recorded, but now no. But yeah, that's the whole thing. You don't know when. Sometimes you don't know when someone is streaming. Sometimes there's no notification, and sometimes Noel decides at the last moment to stream. That's okay, but. But what is he talking about, Noel? Okay. Yeah. My expectation was that my expectation is that he will be coming back real soon with the live streams. And I know a little, and I think he has much strength, but he needs rest. That everyone is saying to him to take a break. That's good, but I think that he will come back. That the thing is, has a passion and love for Doctor Who, and he has a passion and love for us, his friends. Yeah, I read it. I read it that fan vote for Martin Sheen made the Radio Times. Yeah, will they listen to the fans? That's the question. That's the real question. But yeah, I am looking forward to that Noah is going to live stream again. But I enjoy the Friday, the Torderson talks. After now it calls Contact. Yeah, Contact, and the watch alongs. I doubt it, but who knows? See you soon, Charlotte. What do you mean by I doubt it, but who knows? Ja, kijk, het is good for him to take a break. It's good for him to take a break from alles, from everything. This every day with threats, the trolls and everything. Yeah, it's a burden, and he always encouraged us and then now we encourage him. Actually, he was the one who inspired me to do the streams. He always encouraged people to do streams, and his love and passion for Doctor Who made that I made the decision to do the streams. And yeah, and actually the TARDIS Zone is actually a home base for me. I feel understood there, and I sense passion and love for Doctor Who, and that's yeah. I mean, about will the BBC listen to the fans? I doubt they will, but they might have to do this time. Yeah, I don't know if the BBC. Yeah, in from my point of view, I think it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel BBC listens, but yeah, that's my feeling. But I cannot give an argument for it at the moment for why it is. But it's more a feeling that they not listen, because yeah, you see, as you can see, they choose a showrunner and an actress. Yeah, the fans, there is so much diversity now in the moment. You can, yeah, conclusion you can say that they don't listen actually. I've been thinking of doing streams, but I don't have the best app and flow when it comes to hosting them. Oh, I thought I was subscribed to your channel, by the way. Yeah. In the case of even when I'm a guest, I'm sometimes so quiet. Oh. But I have seen you in streams by PJ, maybe, or was it another stream when I last saw you? But I think a guest, not all. There are more streams with guests, and the guests say one thing. It's more about the idea that you have a team on your side. You feel even when a guest is in a live stream and he says nothing, it is more a sort of mental thing, mental encouragement. You call that. You are there, so you support. That's more the case. I think there are always guests who talk more, and there are guests who talk less. But the important thing is the host feels supported. That's the main thing. And when you see, by example, you are on PJ maybe stream. Yeah, that's right. There I saw you last week. But yeah, if you see guests in a live stream, it gives body to a stream. That's what I mean. My channel is mostly music videos. Oh, hooray! I'm a big music lover. Yeah. That's why YouTube is a start page of my internet, and next is Spotify. Yeah, I like music, and that's nice to tell. Spotify has much Big Finish now, so I have for lots of hours. I can listen to the Big Finish. We should all do a stream together. Yes, that's right. In my last stream, shaken, not stirred. I mentioned that. My dream is to bring all the YouTube friends together in one stream, one big family, and then we enjoy that we are Wuvian. And it looks like the 80 people or something, but how to host that and how to moderate that? Oh, I don't. But yeah, dream is free, eh? Dream is free. Oh, there are a lot of streams. Blue Bonnet, I know. Oh, Blue Bonnet is good. Most of the time, she streams on Saturday, I think. She had a series of Doctor Who writers. I don't know. She still she was last Saturday. She was not on the stream. She was not streaming. But the last stream I saw of her dealt about Doctor Who writer. Sanctuary of Geeks. Not so familiar with it. I don't know if I should subscribe to that channel. But yeah. So look. Good. Let's look if I'm subscribed to Sanctuary of Geeks. Yes, it's also good. To take a break. We have learned from. It is good sometimes to have a break. That's no point. You cannot always. You must recharge yourself. A chill evening. Yeah, I think Sanctuary of Geeks. I think I was 1 or 2 times. I was there, but or was that last week? I don't know who popped in. No, I shall look more to that channel. Also, good to make more friends and to look for other opinions. I also want to know things, arguments. I don't pretend that I'm telling things that the things are. So I always are open for arguments and things. A weekly show will be good, and then add surprise one when you feel like it. Yeah, and I'm looking for an perfect day in the week. But I noticed something, and the case is that I think that the most of the time I will do it spontaneously. It's my character more. But I feel if I feel enjoyed, I feel driven. I want to do stream, but I agree with you to do planned streams. But yeah, I want an exact day. I must find one. Oh, maybe I must upload it. Because I can see it in my list, but I think I must upload it. Oh, but this day, Monday is the best day, you see. But does Noel stream on Monday? Or is it more Friday, Saturday, Sunday that Noel streams? And I want, because the reason I ask it, because, yeah, the Tarot Zone is my home base, and I wanted to miss nothing. I want not interrupt Noel or something like that. The actual plan was that today there was going to be Classic Who, but that is skipped from the Friday when he said the things. It was so sad. No, it was not normally Monday. This Monday is a good day. and Tuesday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Saturday we have to watch along for Classic Who, Noel, and you have on Saturday evening also the Doctor Who chat. Sometimes I join that also. On Sunday we have New Who. Yeah. The streams of Daniel Stewart are most of the time on Tuesdays. Yeah, but he usually does watch alongs on Saturday and Sunday, but he currently suspended them. Dus there's a gap. Dus in the meantime, we can I can do streams on Saturday and Sunday till the time that he comes back, or not. Yeah, but you must have to do something, or no? What do you think? So what I just said, Noel and Daniel Charlotte do the streams on Tuesday, and not every Tuesday. Oh, I see that I'm running out of energy, so I must have a cable to plug in. So next time I must have a bottle of water next to me, because I'm yes, that's right. Possibly, but it might be better doing your streams in a slot where people are used to them airing each week there. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I take that advice. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, but that is the case. And actually, I think there must also be a choice for people. Okay, if everything depends on who is streaming, yeah, there is always a stream. But for me, I think choice is good, but but in the case of TARDIS Zone, I want to that people are free to look to do the TARDIS Zone. I didn't know that Noah was streaming now at the moment. I didn't know because I didn't saw it, but. And by the way, I'm available for other channels and streams to do this. So I don't always have to stream myself. I can join also other streams. That's for me fine. I want to be guest panelist. I enjoy it so much. It tastes like more. Yes, that's right. Regular support is best in case you don't get notifications. Yeah. Yeah, allebei, everything is to say something. You can every reason. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I noticed that the notifications for my videos are also not. Maybe it's because I do spontaneously that I'm not. I don't know. There are more channels who deal with that matter. That's notifications. I don't know. Maybe I must investigate it. By the way, as my channel is good to find as in the search. What do we call it? In the search, if you fill in Dutch Doctor Who channel, you can find it in YouTube. So that's working, but the notifications I don't really know. It's all new for me. Okay, and all the time I was only in chats, and now I do streams, and now there's new worlds for me open, and I now can see things in. I can understand better now all of things. Yeah, yeah, that's a good suggestion. The Monday that this day, I think Monday is a good day. That's safe, I think, and I'm not interrupting other streams and. And yeah. But I understand that you have music videos on your channel, Sadeko. What of sort of music videos? What genre? What style? Do you make music yourself or? Thanking people to advertise your channel on. Taking people to advertise your channel on other streams, yes. That is the advantage of fast and this. So I go for the Monday. I think I certainly go for Monday. Yeah. The 80s, yeah, the 80s were fine. Kijk ook op Facebook. So you like Michael Jackson or Madonna or Culture Club or Lionel Richie or Pat Benatar or Cyndi Lauper? What for sort of all the artists? Is it rock or is it a new wave, romantics? I made a creative thing of all the music of the 80s. I understand. Check cut together episodes clips too. Last night I dreamt of San Pedro. Tropical the island breeze, all the nation wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. A music stream will be good too. Yes, I am totally agree. I'm a big music lover. Yes, and I had the idea to have the Doctor Who teams, and then to have a to write text for it, and then. And also, a few weeks ago, we had on Contact on Noel's stream on Friday. We had talked about a long time for the music, and I really enjoyed it. I think that's also a good thing to have to have streams about music. It's a Doctor Who channel, of course, but we can always relate music to Doctor Who or the other way. Yeah, why not? New wave stuff. Do you know Adam Ant? That's more new romantics, but that's it's really nice dressed. Goody two shoes. Okay, do you know that song? Goody goody two shoes, goody goody two shoes. Don't drink, don't smoke. Yeah, I like that. There was some joy in the 80s. The 80s where you had no worries about. You can see that in the songs. It was enjoyable. By the way, yeah. Used to work in a record shop. Yeah, I I used to work with selling hot dogs, but the thing was, I helped to eat it up. But what about copyright? What I think I like singing, and I do it regularly. Singing, I sing most of the time and sing songs of the 50s and 60s. But is there copyright on that? But, the question is, can you sing a song, pop song, in streams? Well, because we had the idea in the contact in the Nil stream a few weeks ago to do a barbershop quartet. That's a sort of a cappella thing to have a bass and there. I don't know. You can sing a song because I just sang La Isla Bonita from Madonna. But do I have get problems with that? Oh, you can sing but not play the original. That's good. So we can sing all along. We have watch-alongs from Noel and sing-alongs from the Enigmatic Juggler. So we complete each other. Okay, this we can sing. Oh, that's nice. You can sing for hours and hours. Oh my! I'm looking forward to it. So what this? Yeah, you helped me with the topics. What disaster area? Um, is a music in relation to Doctor Who or otherwise on the other? Yeah, call it. Oh, I what the 80s. I like Kim Wilde. I have all the music of Kim Wilde. Uh, Kids in America and Cambodia are songs. Most people know these songs. Yeah, I like Lionel Richie, but he's also from the 70s. I like Cyndi Lauper. I have a CD of Cyndi Lauper. And actually, Kim Wilde, her father was also a singer. Marty Wilde from the 60s, 50s, 60s. I don't know if he still lives, by the way. Kim Wilde. I had a agenda with Kim Wilde photos. Yeah. So a sort of electronic music in Cambodia. Sorts, yeah, call it synth pop. No, new wave. It is also this new wave. And Belinda Carlisle, Carlisle, hoe kan haar name? From Go-Go's. Even Later on Me and Circle in the Sand. I know. It depends on my mood what record I play. Sometimes I'm in the 80s mood, and sometimes I'm in the 50s, 60s mood. Sometimes I'm been in the 90s mood. Belinda you spelled it? Belinda Carlisle? I don't know. In ieder geval, my Belinda. I enjoy that. 80s Belinda. Yeah, but I also like very early jazz. Ragtime. That is more than 100 years old. No, I don't know that synth pop bands. I don't know Purity Ring. And Purity Ring. And artists like Phil Collins, Genesis, I like. But that's the thing. What I said that today. It's much more difficult to find fun and good music in this last decade. But there are some things I like. I like, by instance, Olivia Rodrigo, and that's because of she writes her own songs, and her debut album is nice. But yeah, and then I must hard think to find one artist I can actually mention. Churches, but they spell it with this shows up on Google search better. Okay, great. And yeah, more the electro pop or dance pop. I like Black Eyed Peas. And we go to back to the 50s. Yeah, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, Fats Domino. What more we have? I like little artists like Bobby V and Frankie Evelyn, but much more bubblegum pop. Some. I don't know Little Boots' first album. Little Boots' first album was good. Oh, so look for that I'm always curious about new things. Yeah, Meet Me Halfway and Pump It. This is like a fast number met dat car in the garage. En Hey Mama. Beetje like wat 60s doen. I mean, it's good. I have an idea. You can do certain episodes of era of Doctor Who and dan de related muziek bij. Muziek in combination with Doctor Who. So in 63 you had the Beatlemania or something. So you can do the Beatles. But there's also an episode from Hartnell you can hear the Beatles. So there is music. There is some connection with music. You can do the connection with music with Doctor Who. And in 2005 you had the number of Tainted Love from Soft Cell. Sometimes I feel like got to run away, I got to get away. Motown, yes, Motown Supremes. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Yes, that was movement Motown that came out of soul, of the soul, and Motown Motown Records, more very much artists were there on Motown. Yeah, that was Toxic, Britney Spears van Toxic. That's one of the songs I like of Britney Spears, but the rest you can steal it for me. I like well also the song. Oh, babe, oops, I did it again. I play with your heart, but I lost in a game. But no. But I'm not a Spice Girl fan. No. Yes, that's the idea. That's what I like to do. Match episodes to songs. But that's funny that you mention it. As I every time I watch the episode of Doctor Who, I connect it with a song in my head. And also in the other way, I hear a song and I think about where does it fit in an episode of Doctor Who. So connected. So I'm a Doctor Who fan, but I'm also a huge music fan, and I connect it with each other. And you can you can stream about that whole thing. No, that's right. I remember when Spice Girls were massive, but I wasn't much of a fan. No, I'm really no. And I've was not one of the Spice Girls. Victoria, is she not married to David Beckham, the football soccer player? Or yeah, I thought he had five Spice Girls. Girl group. Oh, I also like Boyzone from the 90s. Boyzone. No Matter What is a but very nice. Very nice to talk about Doctor Who and music in combination. My heart beats faster and faster, faster and faster. How do you call English on American pronounce? Is in the moment as like this, I can. I'm very very glad that I'm in Whovian. In the moment is like this. When I talk to you. Um, there's so much to enjoy. Except the current era, there's so much to enjoy. I remember Pussycat, they were Dutch. Yeah, that's right. Pussycat is in, I think it was a 70s group. I think it was a 70s group, Pussycat. And yet, do we know, we call that Venus. The number was Venus. Shocking Blue. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire, your desire. Was also in the hit parade of America, I think, or maybe in the UK. I don't know. Yeah. And Venus was her name. She's got it. Your baby, she's got it. Glam rock of the 70s. I also like glam rock. With yeah. Oh, I've now David Bowie. Oh, David Bowie is one of my top favorites. Yeah. David Bowie. He was an artist with much creativity. Yeah, and yeah, he developed. It was not stuck in one period of time. Actually, he was ever evolving his music. He was a real artist. You have singers who are do the thing, but he was actually a real creative singer. He was open for other genres, styles, and yeah, unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. David Bowie, yes, I've. Problem, yeah, I know. Problem being that I can understand that. That it's he has a good taste. Yeah, David Bowie. Oh, I will talk to him about that in the future. Yeah, David Bowie. I think I can spend hours on David Bowie, and so much material. You can also the text of the music, and I like also maybe. He played also in the film Labyrinth, but the film was not so success, I think. But how he played the character, shit, I was think the prince or something. He played it well. Prince is my favorite singer. Yeah, Prince was very popular in the 80s, but he was in the mainstream. But after a while, he decided to go underground. Yeah. So Purple Rain, and Dancing Like It's 1999, and yeah. Funky. Hmm. And what about classical music? Not so many, but I like Mozart because he has a childish melody, and not so like not like Bach or Beethoven. And not a huge fan of metal, but I like early metal from end 60s, begin of the 70s. Um, no, I'm streaming almost for 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's good. Zeppelin and is that Led Zeppelin? By the way, do you know CC Top? One of the members is yes, has passed away last week. CC Top. Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too. A sharp dressed man. Only just about to begin. Every girl crazy about a sharp dressed man. Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, of course I can. I know Led Zeppelin. Yeah, why not? AC/DC. And Bon Jovi. Do you know Bon Jovi? I like Bon Jovi and Duran Duran. What do I don't like? 80s were good. 80s were good. And 90s also, but in a different way. We had we had in the 90s we had Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Phil Collins was on the height. Yeah, I actually can I can summon up more artists of the 80s than of the 90s. And more knowledge of it by I don't know. Um, uh, I think I will end the stream now. I think it's 1 hour later than in England, and I think UK time it is 21:40, and here it is 22:30. So if you, I will wrap up Cozy. I don't know if Noah is still streaming. We'll see. Maybe I enjoyed that for a moment, but for now, yeah. Here 10. Here it is 1 hour later. 1 hour later here. That's because, and that is the reason why I sometimes cannot sit the whole way down and in the stream. Sometimes I must in streams in UK is 1 hour earlier. So for me, sometimes I must go to bed and I must say goodbye. And then there was the next day I watched the rest of the stream sometimes. Yeah, because of time. But yeah, most of the time I can watch the whole stream. By the way, but that's not. I enjoy it. And in weekend you can also participate longer and all sort of things. Okay, I go now to Noel. Is it fine that we go to Noel now to say hello? Yeah. Um, I want to thank you. I really appreciate it, my friends. For now, I see you in the stream of Noel. So, okay. Um, thank you very much, all, and see you later. Bye bye.